All right, guys, gonna start in a few. Let me get rid of this. All right, guys, gonna start in a few. Let me get rid of this. Actually, wait, I'm gonna need this guy up. Okay. Do you guys hear me all right? Just gonna try to. Uh-oh, if I click away, does this thing go away? I'm gonna go over some matches today, guys. Stuff that we have here on our little hard drive. Before I go, let me just check on my audio. Can you guys hear me okay? Am I repeating or any weird anomalies? Let me know. Awesome. Great. So, yeah, those of you guys who train here already know that we try to, anytime we go to a tournament, I go crazy making sure that we get every match on film. And I have this hard drive with everything organized, with lots of matches. And every once in a while, if a student asks me, we usually go over the matches. But we don't always gotta have time to do it because we're training. Now we have time to do it. So I figured what I'm going to do is go over some matches. I'm going to start with a couple of my matches from like a few years ago, and then if anyone in the chat wants me to go over their match, maybe we'll go over a specific match, go over the technical details, and see if we can learn from it. All right, let's start. I'm going to go over some matches. Let's see. No, let me see. Was it two? Yeah, I think we're going to do Battle of the Beach. I'm going to start with this Nogi match where I pull off one of my favorite arm bars. Everyone knows this arm bar if you train here. And guys who came to my seminar also know the arm bar I'm about to show. So here we are, going against this guy right here. We start in our stance, and I'm looking to pull guard. Boom. It looks like I didn't make grips, but I actually did touch his hand. So that's all you really need to make sure that it's a legal guard pull. And then we're going to start here. At the beginning of this match, I'm hiding my feet right here. You see I have my feet nice and close. I'm not allowing him to step in the middle because I'm actually was looking to play some butterfly guard in this match. I wanted to elevate, maybe possibly look for his legs, but as you'll see, I end up changing the plan right here. Okay, so I decided to make an angle right here. I'm controlling his head, and I'm already getting an underhook here. Let me see if we can rewind that just a little bit. I'm shooting my underhook while getting this position. Now, because my hips are so far out over here, I know that I'm going to be able to pass my leg over his head right over here. Boom. So as soon as I threw the leg over, I'm actually looking to put in this butterfly hook and get a figure four. Right here, and there it is. There's the figure four. Now, he's sitting back really hard. I want you guys to focus on this right here. The reason that I end up reversing him is because of the way he's sitting back. And what I'm actually doing with my left arm right here is I'm reaching around my head to try to make sure he does not step over my head. This is very important because if he steps over my head, he can get the side control. So I'm controlling that position. But because he's sitting back, he's actually lifting me up and pulling me onto him a little bit. So I'm making sure he doesn't step over the head. Now he's no longer sitting back anymore. He's actually coming forward. It looks like he wants to go to the other side. So as long as I don't let him go too far, I should be able to control the position, possibly break his grip for the armbar. And then he made a drastic mistake here, devastating mistake. He stepped all the way through over here, and this is going to actually knock him over. And I just step over the head, and I just get a quick armbar on that one. So let's look at that again from the beginning. I start off with my feet in the inside. I'm always looking to control the elbows if I can to get inside. Usually if I'm controlling the elbows, I'm looking for underhooks. So I came in, put butterfly hooks, and I made my angle, threw the leg over, figure four right there. The figure four is what we want, and my arm is reaching around his leg. And then I step all the way over, boom. Got a beautiful armbar. All right, so we'll probably go on to the second match. Hold on a second, I got a notification on my phone, but I'm using my phone. Is everything all right here? All right, good. Beautiful. Lovely. I'm definitely a no stripe white belt when it comes to live streaming here, so I'm still learning. Let's go to the second match. This is actually finals, going against a guy from Renzo's. Looking from his match card, looks like he's a brown belt. Going into this match, I was a little nervous because I was in no-gi. I know that a lot of guys at Renzo's have good heel hooks, so I was right away thinking, oh, I got to make sure I keep my feet protected. Once again, I just decided to sit down. This time, I'm actually playing a reverse cell heave instead of playing butterfly guard. I'm actually just feeling him out here. I want to feel, I'm obviously underhooking the arm, so there's a chance for a kiss of the dragon. He's got all his weight on his knee though, so I can't really do the kiss of the dragon yet. I'm going to need to push his weight back, get his weight onto this far leg, and let's see what happens next here. He's grabbing my foot. That's my distance control. So I always want to circle my foot to the inside. Let's see if I'm able to get it. He's not allowing it, so now I decided to play deep half guard. Not the greatest deep half guard position right here because I'm actually not underneath him. You see my hands underneath him, but my shoulder is in front of him. So I want to get my shoulder underneath. Let's see, looks like let's see if we get playing a guard here. He decided to come back up, so I'm back to playing reverse Salhiva. I was looking at his arm maybe, see if I can get him to put his hand on my knee so I can underhook it. He's not taking that bait. Now I got my foot back on the hip. Oh. Here we are. He's trying to step in. Now I know he's going to look for a leg lock here. So he decided to back step, possibly looking to get like a inside heel hook. But I put my knee out right away. Make sure as soon as he sat back, I pulled my knee out. Now, at this point, I remember I wanted to make sure that I came up for my points. Because he's still looking to do a submission. He's not really looking to pass, so I decided to come up, see what kind of guard he was playing, and see if I could possibly set up a guard pass. Rep 2, thank you. All right, so guard passing style here. He's a little bit on the side. He's got a knee shield in. So generally, if he's got the knee shield, it's going to be hard for me to get a good underhook. So I normally want to move him to the side a little bit so I can get past his top knee. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I moved him to the side. Looking for the knee cut. Oh, but I decided to go to the leg weave instead. So this particular style, I'm actually grabbing his head, getting my head to the other side. If his arm was across, I would possibly do like an arm triangle. But it looks like I could get mount from here. Yep. His arm is stuck between my legs here. All right, threw the leg around. One of my favorite moves. I love matted triangles, but I actually went for the armbar right there. Let me see if we can rewind the armbar. It comes on kind of quick. So right here, I'm about to do a figure 4. Oh, yeah, it was right there. Just as he tried to get up, he thought for a second he can get up. But as he tried to move, he extended the arm, gave me the arm. And that was the armbar. Oh, you can see Joe in the background having his match. He's still a white belt at this point. Do you guys have anyone in the chat? You guys wanted me to go over one of your matches? I see we got Min and Joe and Gus. We got matches from all you guys. Let's see if we could find one of your matches. Go away. Naga Worlds. I think Min competed in this one. Let's see. Ah, Mr. James is reffing. This is Min's a new purple belt at this point. I remember this being his first tournament at purple belt, and he went crazy with his weight cut. I think he got down to 149, which is insane. Let's watch this match a little bit. This should be fun. I predict the guard pull. Beautiful. So what Min does here, what he likes to do is, if he has a good collar grip here, let me see, does he use a cross collar or a straight collar? He does a straight collar. But when he sits and the person pulls back, the guy actually ends up putting weight on his ankle, so he's able to pick the ankle. Boom, nice easy 2 points. All right, good hip positioning right here. See, Min is inside of his arms. What the guy on bottom here can do, he can look to expose Min's back. If he's able to frame, he would need his elbow on the inside of his lower back. If Min backs up, though, he should be able to flatten him out. Let's see. He's underhooking that leg, so he doesn't recover guard. All right, the guy's starting to come inside a little bit. He's still inside the top arm, which is good. All right, he's starting to flatten him out. And the reset. All right, Min decided to bail on this position, maybe look for head and arm control. Yeah, I got a good head and arm control here. Here, he has his head on the other side of his shoulder, which threatens the arm triangle, which is always a threat. and also will keep him flat. He cannot shrimp out. He cannot move his hips out with his head blocking the other side. Skinny men here. Min, what were you deadlifting at this time? Let me know. Are you still at max power at this time, or? All right, yeah. Once again, he has his head on the other side of his shoulder here, right? This puts a lot of pressure on. As you see the guy's face, he can feel the pressure, and this makes it hard for him to hip out. So the bottom guy needs to get his knees back in. 200s, come on, man. You were half the man you are now. And it makes it very hard. So the guy in bottom would need a frame. He needs to get his bottom knee in. He needs to get this top knee in. Min putting his head on the other side really makes it hard for him. Oh, Mr. Adrian Luna in the background here. Looks like someone from Pure was probably competing. Oh, 3/4 mount. Very good position. Min's foot is super deep, so I would like to see him use a butterfly hook. Yep, there you go. Start opening it up. Ah, good old Kimura. So there's a few options here to use the Kimura to pass. When you have a good strong Kimura grip, Min could drop his hip down here, or he can go all the way past him, bringing his shin across his opponent's legs here, and then using that to kick his leg free to possibly do like a Kimura trap. Min looking at the camera. There you go. It looks like Min is looking to do exactly what I just said, using his shin in front of the thighs to possibly pry his leg out. Another thing about a good Kimura from half guard is that when you have the Kimura, if the guy reverses you, as you see, Min has his arm already separated from his body, it's not really that big of a threat. Because as soon as he gets reversed, if he somehow bridges them off, he can just pull that Kimura behind his back. And then what happens with that is he'll just get the reversal right back, or the guy might tap. Sorry, man. Oh, pulling it up. I definitely feel like he can get his leg free if he was able to get the arm inside. Up, 3/4 mount. Head and arm position. He's going to use his butterfly hooks here, hopefully. Yes, finally. We get our points. Min's trying the arm triangle. I would like to see Min focusing on driving his shoulder in and his elbow to the mat to put pressure. It looks like this guy's going to try to hold on, though. Not a quick tapper. Oh, was that a fake tap? Nah, just kidding. He was just pushing the knee off. Well, it went back to mount. There could be an arm attack. It looks like the guy's underhooking the leg, which, no, maybe not anymore. If that's the case, Min would have had an opportunity to attack a mounted triangle. Ah, the back take. 4 more points. Hopefully setting up the bow and arrow here. Controlling the arms. Hard to see where Min's grips are, but if he can trap an arm, yesterday when me and Andy talked about the back position, Andy was showing his details on trapping the arm. Very ideal. If he can trap the arm, that's one less thing they can defend with, and we can hopefully get a finish. Oh, bow and arrow. This looks a cross collar choke. Pretty good. Oh, but Min's elbow. Yeah, there you go. Get that elbow here. The foot between the legs is a little bit of a problem because he can't get the angle. So let's look at that again. Yeah, I think you're right, man. I think you scored a. He got 2. Shame on you for giving him 2 points. So this is the problem. In order to get maximum pressure on this choke, Min has to get his head as close to his knees as possible, but his foot between his legs is stopping that advancement. So that's what's going to make it hard, especially from this type of cross collar position. It may not be the worst thing for him to change to a bow and arrow. If he grabs the pants, he can start pushing his leg in this direction, opening this hole, and getting the foot out so he can get the bow and arrow. Oh, little scissor sweep, right back. Ah, the cross collar choke, one of my favorites. Min loves this choke. He uses it very well in training. It looks like now we're going to go right into passing. Oh, close guard. Let's see this deadlift, if that 200-pound deadlift is enough to break this guy's grip. All right, he's going to get out of this close guard, it looks like. Oh, maybe not. Dropping the hip, very good. Oh, pass, beautiful. That's what we should have seen in the beginning. Knee on belly, more points. Racking up the points. The bottom guys, a little baseball bat choke. Pretty good. Let's see if we time. That was a nice match. Some little bit in the beginning, I think he was still warming up because it was his first match. Trying to score in the beginning, but overall that was a fun match to watch. Anyone else? Anyone else looking to have? Let's see. Let's see. We can get, since Joe Miola's in the. Let's see. I believe this might have been Joe's first tournament. Let's see. Let's see his Masters or his adult match. White belt Joe. Let's check it out. Yep, Joe's got 1 stripe on his white belt here. Let's see Joe's guard pull, or if he goes for any takedowns. Oh, nice. Pete's in the chat. I got some old videos of Pete. I should go into the archives. Oh, this guy's almost passing. Almost passing. Joe just frames away. Doesn't accept. Pushes away, recovers, and the guy's still trying to pass. Still has inside position with his knee in here. Can't let him get too close. Great job here. So actually yesterday I went over a little guard retention series where we frame on the shoulder, we post the elbow, and recover. And I think Joe, I don't think he knew this at the time. I don't think this is a technique he was using yet. But he actually used it pretty well right here. So right here, the guy's going to go for his knee cut, but Joe's going to look to frame on the far shoulder, and he's got his knee shield here. Now, all he got to do is get his knee back so he can just push away with his knee shield in the frame and use his elbow to get up. Oh, the guy actually backed away. But basically, that's what we're looking to do. Nice. Building a pull-up bar. Nice, Joe. How's Home Depot? Is it crowded? People practicing social distancing or what? Oh, the guy went for another quick pass. Joe's back to the frame, pushing away. This guy had a solid pass. But the reason this guy's not successful in any of his passes is because Joe's doing a great job with his bottom leg getting it as close to his shoulders as he can. That's really important. If you extend your legs too much, you give chest-to-chest contact, and that's something that he's not allowing to happen. No, he's wearing a flow jitsu, a flow. Oh, nice sweep. This was great because now I could tell this is the psychology of the match here. Guy on top is getting frustrated, and now he's sitting with his weight back. He's not putting pressure forward at all, which means he can easily get pushed forward. And Joe just kind of pushes and does like a quick ankle pick. Just he's pulling actually out, and he got the opportunity to get up. Not quite as smooth as Mins in the beginning of his match, but White Belt Joe, without showy rolls, how's he gonna be that smooth? All right, and I believe that was all the points. That's right, I did yell take him down. That's probably the only reason he went for the takedown, but it was a good call. This is why he won the match. It was 0-0 up to this point, and then I think it was 5-0 at this point. Oh, went for a wait, what happened here? I wasn't paying attention here. Oh, that's right. The guy just got up. So since the guy, it's low risk here for Joe. Since Joe got reversed here, it's not a sweep, and he went right back to his guard, knowing that this guy's going to have a lot of trouble passing. This is a really good strategic move. Very game Joe Miola at one stripe white belt. He knows what's going on. He knows what you need to do to win. All right, I believe this was the whole rest of the match. He won 5-0. Now let's see a more recent video of Joe. That was 2018, so now let's jump ahead in time. Should we go to 2020? Do we have any matches? I don't think. Oh, that's right. That's right, 2020. Only one tournament. 2019. Let's see. You can look for some matches, maybe at an IBJJF. We had Nogi Pans. We had Fall Open. Ooh, we should look at some of Christian's matches later. Is Christian in the chat yet? Get Christian in the chat. Come on. Let's break down one of his matches. We could ask him which one he wants to watch. But let's watch Joe's second match. If I remember correctly, this was a pretty technical match. All right, strong position. He is putting his foot between his legs. I don't recommend using that unless you're looking to get right into like a waiter sweep and bring him over the head. Where he has his foot right now is good. This guy's doing a great job. He's pushing down on his leg. I think he's pushing his knee down making it hard for him to get a solid De La Riva hook and make an angle. So the De La Riva guard is a great guard to expose the back. Joe's straight ahead of him. What Joe should look to do here, using this right hand on the collar, I would like to see him pulling him forward and to his right, because it's going to force this guy's hand off his knee to kind of either post, and then he'll get a better angle. Let's see if we can. Oh, the guy's looking the back step. Now, Joe went into a deep De La Riva X here. As you see, the De La Riva hook went all the way through, and his other leg is hooking this side, which means the guy can't really move left or right. He's kind of trapped. His only thing he can do is he's going to have to let go of these grips to get rid of one of the hooks so that he'd be able to move left or right. So it's a good position, possibly a good position to sweep from. If he can get that far sleeve up, almost. All right, so why did not work? Let's take a look why that didn't work. What's happening here is Joe's knee's getting a little bit lower than his knee. So it's going to be kind of tough. Yeah, you see what's happening, his knee came out. So now, even though he has that deep De La Riva position, this guy can now start advancing this way. But we put him right back to De La Riva guard. He still has the X. I notice he's making this collar grip. With a deep De La Riva X, I would probably be looking to control the ankle and a sleeve, honestly. He has this far away sleeve. We could possibly set up a sweep here. So right now, Joe's behind his knee. Maybe we remove that X. Step on the knee, we could possibly set up a sweep in this direction. Since he's controlling his sleeve, he'll fall right onto his shoulder. Oh, he's at work? Dang. Oh, sorry, I missed the actual sweep. That was good. He just kind of used almost like a scissor sweep type motion, got on top, ended up in the closed guard. All right. All right, exactly like we train. Guys, if you're in the closed guard, you got to stand up. And when you stand up, you got to control the sleeve. Otherwise, the guy can grab both of your ankles. The taller Joe can stand, the closer his legs are, the harder it is to hold the closed guard. So this is the best way to start opening the guard. Arch the back, push on the knees. His head's still a little bit forward, but yeah, that's what. So that was the downfall there. When he lifts him up right here, actually here, yep, you see he broke his posture. So instead of pushing on his knee, Joe should have taken an extra second. See where this guy's arm is right here? I would have circled the head underneath so that his head can stand as tall as he can, back straight, arches back, then he would have pushed his legs right open. Instead, what ended up happening is when Joe pushed on his knee so hard right here, pushed, his head went forward, forcing this knee to the mat. We can have class. Unfortunately, we cannot have class, I don't think. We're unfortunately still in lockdown. This is apparently not a, what do you call it, essential business? Jiu-Jitsu is essential. Where would we be? Where would we be? All right, Joe with the crazy dog pass. Head's not in the proper position. I'd like to see his head right in his chest. He's actually almost past. He's got a good position, but the guy is trying to recover. Okay, he got his knee shield back in. FaceTime rolling. Yeah, maybe we should We'll do one move per move. This guy's looking for a kiss of the dragon. Joe is sitting back. All right, let's look at how he defended that. That was pretty good. So we know this guy's objective here is to get this knee underneath, get his head underneath, elevate this leg so that he can expose his back. Joe's sitting. There's a risk right here. If the guy were to elevate his leg up, he could possibly just come up with a sweep. But he actually was still looking for the back, which was actually his mistake, because when he went to look for the back again, it looks like he almost went for almost like a berimbolo. Joe was able to underhook his leg, which means he's not going to be able to get his hips high enough to put Joe on his back, and that will cost him the position, and Joe will be able to recover top position. Perfect. Oh, don't get caught in the triangle. Good. Let's look at that. Joe came up. He reached inside for a second. I would like to see him always pull the arm out. Also, this leg is posted, no good. I would like to see this knee on the mat, this knee up, because when you do that, you can block the triangle and make it easier to get to a safer position before passing. But instead, he was able to turn the corner, which gave him the pass. Beautiful position, head right over his shoulder, pinning him down. It's very essential, Joe. Jiu-jitsu, more essential than some jobs. All right, so it's that 2, 3. I think that was 5 points. This guy's getting his guard back. Maybe Joe can set up another pass. So the problem yesterday with the YouTube stream was that the audio from the phone through this app that I'm using just wasn't good. That was the problem. I'm using this little clip-on mic today, but maybe I should look to get a cool boom mic so we can do if me and Andy decide to do another technique session, we can get a good audio on the mats. If anyone wants to donate their mic to the cause, let me know. Yeah, I was gaining weight before the lockdown. So I've been doing my fast. I'm basically just eating for 4-hour window these days to make sure I'm not going to gain too much weight. Oh, Joe, why are you going into this triangle? Joe, let's see what happened here. All right. I know the psychology right here. Joe is trying to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes. He's trying to stay on top, but he's sitting on his butt, posting his hand on the mat, and his other arm is out. So this leg right here can either come up for an omoplata or a triangle. And he went for the triangle. NG. We're not going to watch Joe's next match. He gets triangled. And it was very unfortunate. He was in the finals. But he breaks out of this one. He's tired. The other guy's desperate. But it looks like that's going to be all she wrote here. Very good. Very good. Awesome. All right. Maybe we'll do another match. You guys Let's see what the chat thinks. Who should we look for? Actually, oh, let's see. It looks like we have Gus in the. So Gus has made a good return this year, training a lot. But many moons ago, he did compete, and he did really well. Let me see if I can find. He had an epic throw. When was this match? Like 2017? It's when we were still doing the NJBJJFs. Let's see. What is this? This is not what I'm expecting. No. Uh-oh, did we mislabel stuff here? How about this one? I think I found it. If I'm Sakura match, do a Sakura match. What Sakura match are you talking? Oh, from the super fights. Maybe we'll look at one of those. This is it, right, Gus? This is gonna be a fun match. All right, here's Gus. He's facing a guy much taller than him. All right, hands are a little low. I would like to see his elbows in, his hands a little bit higher, so the guy doesn't get head control. One of the dangers when you're facing someone much taller than you, they're already above you. If you allow them to get a collar tie, you can give up a front headlock, which you don't want. All right, we're on our feet. So I don't think either of these guys want to shoot because they're standing upright. I would like to see a little bit more hand control. We want to control the hands so that the guy doesn't easily get to your legs easily. Sock, awesome. Someone wearing socks? Oh yeah, the ref wearing socks. Just kidding. I know he's saying sick. Now, I gotta hype this up. If this is the match I'm thinking of, Gus hits a gigantic hip throw. So we're looking for the underhook here. Oh, there it is. Let's see that again. That was lovely. So one of the advantages Gus has being shorter than his opponent here is that his hips are under his hips. So if the guy keeps standing upright, he can just send him flying. And right there, he got his hips underneath. This guy's hips are way high. Boom! The guy landed pretty good. Right into side control. 2 points for the throw. Stylish socks, I know, but socks makes it slippery, man. Unless you get those grippy socks like Jerry used to wear. Gus going for a mount. Oh, Gus, why did you do it this way? So, we want to mount, we want to slide the knee across from here. Unless you switch your hips. If you switch your hips, you can do the high mount because you can clear the legs. But if you stay on your knees and just try to step over wide, oh, you're giving him back the guard. All right, let's see if he can pass anyway. We'll forgive that terrible mount attempt because of the awesome hip throw. All right. I would like to see Gus coming forward a little bit because this guy's hips are far back. He may get up. We don't want him to get up. All right, beautiful. He stepped right in. Let's see that. That was pretty perfect right there. He's backing away a little bit, but then he steps right in the middle. Boom! That's where you want to be. Possibly looking for the underhook. This other outside leg looks like he may not be able to get the knee shield. Oh, he got the knee shield in. The rest is just you sitting on him. Good. That's what he deserves. No, we got a guard pass. What are you talking about, Gus? It looks like a guard pass. Let's get this guard pass. Hug the waist. Yes! You lied to me. You lied. You said you just hugged him. You got a guard pass. Oh, so this guy's looking for the inside underhook. The near side underhook is a way to block the guy from mounting, but you can do the near side armbar. One of my favorite techniques where we overhook the arm, cup the elbow. I don't think Gus is looking for that. No. Still, even having the underhook in this position, I would like to see Gus block his hips because you don't want him to move you around and go to north-south possibly. Oh, even though he did a terrible job mounting there, he got the mount. Congrats. Ah, more points. Good dominating win. You sure just laid on him? Maybe he got a submission. I don't know. I don't know. All right. He's pinning the wrist. Looking for the Americana. All right, Americana, not the highest percentage move as a submission, but from half guard, I do like it. You know why? Because when you do an Americana from half guard, the person cannot shrimp. Their arm is in grave danger here. They have to turn their knees towards their arm in order to save it, which means, and in this situation, Gus will be able to bring his knee to the other side of his hip. So when he pins the wrist right here, the guy's knees are facing this way. It's the only way he can go. If he turns the other way, his arm is way exposed. Easy mount. Easy peasy. Gus saying no technique. There was technique there to be learned. Some technique. Not the most. Not gonna lie. Oh, good job avoiding the mount there. Half guard. A lot of people would have made the mistake of letting the guy get in the half guard. See if we can get a S mount here. Come on, guys. Let's see the S mount. Everyone's favorite. Looks like still looking for that Americana. He could possibly look to start coming up because what's happening is this guy is just defending the arm. He's turning. His hips are starting to turn to try to get half guard. The higher you are, the harder it is for him to get that half guard. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to start sliding your knees up. Screaming like a little girl. It does work. I think that works more in training. And winner! New champion. Gus. Awesome. All right. A lot can be learned from studying matches. That's kind of what me and Andy were talking about yesterday, even though we're not able to train right now. Studying matches, you can really you could really see where you went wrong, especially older matches that disgust you and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I was doing these horrible things. We'll watch really old stuff. We ready for this? Super cringe. Me. 2005. As a blue belt. Alright, this Nogi match is another Nogi match. This is a crazy match. This is the expert division, my first expert division no, actually I think I did one before this, but I was still a blue belt. And it was just a wild match. As you see, using an old camera here. All right, let's rewind here. I didn't even have rash cards back then. All right, I actually wanted, at this time, my favorite way to play standing up was to get an underhook to set up the single leg. I wanted a single leg, but my head was too low. Let's rewind. Uh-oh, what happened here? There you go. He actually did a little snap down here. That was my problem. He snapped me down a little bit. My butt is up. My back is round. Terrible technique. He ends up pulling guard. That's kind of strange. He actually had an opportunity to take me down, I feel. All right. So, as you see, what am I doing wrong here? My back is round. My head is bent. I have two options, I think, at this point. Either one, hug the neck and look for that head and arm choke, similar to what Min was doing to flatten the guy out, or I want to get my head to the other side of his arm and just get standard head and arm with my underhook right here already and underneath. Let's see, yep. But the guy's throwing me over. Oh, but I didn't fall. Oh, okay, I thought I was going to get thrown there. That was definitely a risk there. Yes, I had beautiful long hair at this point. No, just kidding. Longer. Okay, so the Kimura from half guard. At this time, I had already known that in order to get Kimura from half guard, he needs to put my back to the mat. What I usually would do is I would do on the arm getting Kimura, I would grab my own wrist like a guillotine, pull the arm up to try to break the grip. Let's see if I'm able to break his grip or if he's able to reverse me. Nope, he's going to throw me over, I think. So he's able to force me to post. I have my hand posted. There's a chance here. I can use that hand to back my body up in front of him so that I don't get rolled. But here I think I was a little nervous. So yeah, ended up getting a sweep there, and he went for an arm bar here. I'm able to figure four and put him flat. So I have the figure four grip. Ideally, of course, we all know we want our hand inside the knee. But you don't always have that opportunity, so I'm looking, at this point, I'm actually looking to just stack him and get my arm out. Let's see if I'm able to get it. Trying to stack, my head's back. We want our head where? Over the person's head, not in front. Yes, my hairline is beautiful. Thanks for noticing, Andres. Beautiful guard pass off the pass. The guy actually allowed me to pass after I pulled the arm out. There's Mr. George Cernak here, cornering me. All right, so we got the half guard. Actually, it's like a half butterfly. This guy's looking for the Kimura again. I did not want to give it to him. That's why my hands are connected. All right, good. So if I can get my head to the other side of his shoulder, I know I can pin him down. Don't want to give up the half guard. Yes, hopping the knee. All right. So there's a chance for the back here, right? But the guy's back is really exposed here. I can go for the back. I have to make sure though, if you do go for the back in this type of situation, you got to get higher than the person. You cannot let the person knock you over. He ended up reaching around. He can actually almost go for my back here. Oh, but he's able, let's see why he did that. So my hips are on the ground, his hips are up. That's the problem. I need to get my hips higher than his hips. His hips are way high. Back to the half guard. What a bummer. Bruno Tostas in my division. He won this division actually. He's got an academy in Albany, New York. Renzo Gracie black belt. Very high level. He was a purple belt this time. History. This was Battle at the Beach 2015. No, 2005, sorry. 2005. Look at these mats. Naga used Velcro together fold-up mats at this time. Here we were fighting over the position, but I made sure that I got my underhook. He was trying to pretend that I didn't have the underhook. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Grabbing the foot. Oh, easy peasy sweep. Go to a stack pass. I look for his back. This wasn't the greatest idea. I actually threw it over the arm, which makes it hard to get this other hook in. If I was still on my knee, going over the arm would be great because then I could pick up my head and move him to the other side. But I lost the back. Back to passing. Back to passing. Knee cut. Oh, the guy was so strong. What? Well, I was a little hasty with this. This is why this doesn't work. I have the head and arm control. He's inside, so he's able to have a little bit of space. I have the underhook, but his inside arm is in my shoulder. So I tripod up. Now, I went too fast for the pass because his hand is still inside and he's framing on my hip, keeping my hips high. What I should have done is stayed in his half guard, lowered my hips, and then for some reason I allowed him to get back on top. Shame on me. Wouldn't you be able to get the knee in by stepping down to the mat with the foot that had the arm trapped? So let's rewind a little bit. What happened here? Codec problems. Hold on, let's reopen this. Oh no. Nope, this is past where we were. No. No. All right, right here. Ah, my hips are just too high. So you wouldn't be able to get the knee in by stepping down to the mat with the foot that had the arm trapped. I'm not sure if I understand your question here, Andres. The foot that was inside, I think the problem was just that his hand that was on my hip was able to elevate me and roll me over. And then I should not have actually accepted bottom position. I should have just stood up because he has the underhook. So if he gets on top, he's going to get an underhook on top of half guard. I should have just stood up at this point. This was a tactical error on my half. He's got the underhook. We're going to do another reset. Maybe I can lie and say I had the underhook. Let's see what the reset is. No beard. Oh my god. I'm just a boy. I'm all right. Oh, I was able to get the underhook back. I'm looking for the foot again. Instead, I'm gonna go just standard half guard, possibly deep half guard. I didn't really know a lot of deep half guard this time. Oh, I just used some momentum there. This is an interesting sweep. The reason this worked, let's see why this worked. Should not have worked, I don't think. So my legs are above his knee. So what ended up happening is because he's sitting on this knee and this knee is up, as soon as I turned him this way, I used some momentum, it forced his knee to the mat. And I guess his shoulder hit the mat, which allowed me to elevate the underhook leg. Boom. Elevated it. Oh, he's looking at an armbar here. Good hips. North south. Head position. Swim the arm in. Okay, that's very important. If you're in north south, the person has the hands on the hips. If they make space, they're going to start getting their legs up. So we want to make sure we get inside these arms. At this time, I was a blue belt. My favorite submission outside of maybe an S-mounted armbar would be the north-south Kimura to armbar position. I was a blue belt at this time. I was close to my purple belt, I think, because I got my purple belt in 2006. So this is towards the end of and this is at the end of 2005. So once again, he's got his hands inside. I would like to see me swimming my arms inside here. Yep. Swim that hand inside. He's got a good escape. He's doing a good job. His elbows are in. That's what you want. I pretended. Yeah, right there. At this time, I used to do toe holds from there. So if someone wanted to throw their legs on the inside, I would attack a toe hold. And I kind of did that. He got scared and he dropped his legs. My leg locks were very poor at this time, but back to north-south, always looking for this arm. Oh, Kimura grip here. Looks like we got the armbar right. Oh, now he got his elbow back. Oh, look at this. Terrible move. Oh no, did I break it again? Okay. I went for a hasty mount here. Quick one, thinking I could get some quick points, but then the guy pushed me to the side and was able to get one-legged X. And he's actually looking for a heel hook. I think everyone watching from my corner were like, no, don't get leg locked now. He's actually going for a toe hold here. I'm using my foot to defend, and I think I just kind of like angrily kick him away. Get out of here. There you go. Oh, jumping pass. Now I'm going back to that armbar, and I believe, if I remember correctly, I finished this armbar right here. The standard north-south. Right now I'm looking to pummel my hands inside of his hands. Right now he's got his hands on my hips, so I like to put my hand inside. There you go. Put pressure. Figure four. Quick armbar. And I got the armbar. Old school match. A lot to be learned though. 10 stripe white belt. Actually, that time we didn't do any stripes. All right. Well, this was fun. I think we've been doing this. We've been at this for about an hour. Do we want to do any more matches? Maybe one more match, or maybe we'll cut it short. Maybe we'll do another stream similar to this later on this week. If you guys can think of any old matches that you had, maybe message it to me. Maybe we'll make a list of matches that we can break down. Also, we could do matches on YouTube. I know that sometimes they like shut the streams down if I use like copyrighted content. So that's why having our own content's probably our best bet. I think we're gonna call it a day. This was a lot of fun. I actually do enjoy breaking down matches, and it's great to have a bunch of guys in the chat. You know, being part of the learning here. Lots to learn here. All right. Stay safe, guys. Social distance, all that jazz, and maybe we'll be back. I think tomorrow we may do another stream with Andy where we're doing techniques. If you want to do some Q&A, let me know. We'll definitely let you know in the meantime. Lots of fun. Thanks for coming aboard, guys. See you guys on the other side of this pandemic.